Excited about today's Periscope. Me and the hubby here. Can I turn it the other way and will it make us?
No, you can't do that on Periscope.
You can't do that on Periscope. Oh, darn. All right. What's up, guys? We're going to squeeze in here and maybe we'll move it back and forth, I guess. So super excited that you guys are on with us. This is definitely going to be a talk back to us Periscope. We've had so many people come to us asking about our transformation. And for those of you who are hopping on and maybe are not connected to Eric and myself, we're Eric and Jennifer Enders. There he is. And here to share with you guys that we've lost over 100 pounds. We can see him better. Yeah, we'll move it back and forth as I'll talk and then I'll let him talk. We'll do it that way. Thank you, Edwidge. But so we've lost over 100 pounds. We're super excited. Give us some love for that. Tap, 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 tap. 100 pounds. It's been an awesome journey. But as we're finding things that we've learned along the way need to be shared, because there's some of you who are out there who are part of Total Life Changes with us and maybe are struggling in your weight loss. You're using the products, but you're not seeing success. And we want to share with you, there's a couple components that need to happen in order for you to be able to see success. So today, we're just going to, in this session, talk about three primary things. That's having the right mindset for your transformation, having the right menu for your transformation, and measuring, which is so important, and we'll kind of expound upon those. But we'll get started here with my hubby, and you want to share maybe a little bit about the mindset.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for joining us for this time of sharing. Hopefully, you'll benefit. We believe you will with the information that we're sharing today. But let's talk a little bit about mindset. For those of you who are a part of TLC, and for those of you that have done any type of weight loss or self-improvement product, you know it's not going to change. It's not whatever you're trying to improve or whatever you're trying to change is not going to change until you change your mindset. Because, you know, our thought process is what guides our actions. And so if we have a faulty thought process, then our actions are going to be faulty as well. Mm-hmm. So the first thing you have to do is transform your mind. It wasn't until I changed the way I thought about food and how I use food and how I felt about myself. Until that changed, I wasn't able to see any kind of lasting results, any kind of change that was as permanent as it can be, because it's a journey. But for me to actually get it and to apply what it is we're trying to do. So you have to transform your mindset. The second thing is you have to decide that you are going to succeed. A lot of times we are not successful in what we're doing because we sabotage ourselves with our thoughts, and we sabotage ourselves as a result of those thoughts with our actions. So you have to decide that you are going to succeed no matter what happens, whether you have a bad day or whether you have slip up a little bit and eat something you're not supposed to, or you miss a workout, or you decide today for whatever reason that you're not able to do what you've been doing or do what you want to do. You have to decide that you're going to win, and that you are, no matter come hell or high water, that you are going to meet your goal. And not beat yourself up if you take a step back or if you halt for a minute. That isn't to say that you can't, that it's okay to continually do that, but don't be so hard on yourself, but make sure that you understand that you are going to succeed, that you are going to do it.
And you know what I'll say too was a big factor for me was getting rid of insecurity, and realizing that I deserved to get to the weight that I wanted to. I deserved to be able to shop at the stores that had all the cute clothes, you know, the trendy stuff, right, ladies? You know, the trendiest of clothes do not come in plus size, and it's really tough to find great things. I mean, even today, look at me wearing this yellow and white shirt. It's so not the norm for me, but you know, this is an outfit, actually, as we say this, you know, deciding to succeed. Last fall, when my mom asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I told her that I was going to go shopping online. And I literally picked out a cart full of clothes that didn't fit me at that time. And I told her, and she said, "Are you sure? I'm going to buy all these clothes for you. Are you going to be able to fit into them?" And in fact, they're like size mediums, size 12s. I mean, I wasn't even close. When I picked them out, I was a size 18 at that time. But I had already decided back in November of last year that I was going to succeed. And so I sure did. I picked out a cart full of clothes that I knew I wasn't going to be able to wear when I opened up on Christmas Day. But you know what? I did. By this spring, I was able to start to get into those. And now some of them are actually too big, which is really an awesome thing to be able to say. But that mindset piece, as Eric said, really, you know, knowing that you're going to win, not beating yourself up over it, but being ready for the journey. And I'll say too, being ready to really make change. I mean, there were some things that were previous habits for me, things that I enjoyed to eat, things that we loved doing as a couple, going out to certain restaurants, that I just had to decide in my mind. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that anymore. Hey, Victoria. But that I just wasn't going to be able to do that anymore. Oh, Patricia, welcome. And once I made up my mind that I was going to be okay with that I was going to be okay to say no to things that I used to love, that I was going to be okay to not maybe eat the things that I just thought I couldn't live without, in exchange for being healthy, in exchange for being the size 12 that I wanted to be, in exchange for being here long term for my children, for my husband, that it was going to be worth the sacrifice. And we'll share some of those no's that I just don't do anymore, that I'm okay with though, because I'm seeing the results that I want to see. And so let's get down into the practical. We've talked about mindset. That's one of the first major things that you've just got to get right before you look to make a transformation in your life and in your health, right? But what we'll talk about next is our menu and some of the things that we eat on a regular basis, some of the things that we do on a regular basis to really ensure that we're going to see success. And so a part of this is just food in general. It's things that we do on a regular basis, but it's also some products that we are also consuming. And so Eric's going to share some of the food things that we really watch, and then I'll kind of go into some of the products, and then we'll go from there. So we'll talk about the menu.
All right. Absolutely, Victoria. Food is the hard part, but guess what? Once you have it mastered, you have overcome that hurdle of the hard part. And doing your exercise and any other activity now becomes easier because you have the main component taken care of. One of the first things that we want to talk about and recommend is your water intake. That is extremely important.
Food prep? Oh, yeah,
yes.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. First thing we want to talk about, though, is the water. As you all have heard and know, our bodies are, that's okay, Victoria, it's all good.
I love it.
Our bodies are primarily made up of water. So the more water that we give, the better our bodies function. Personally, I've been drinking about a gallon of water a day. Now, I know some of you may hear that and be like, man, you done lost your mind. There's no way. I don't have the time to drink that much water. I don't have the time to be running back and forth to the bathroom all the time. And I get that. But the point is to integrate at least 64 ounces a day of water. You're absolutely right, Victoria. You do feel 10 times better because that continually flushes out your system. And you should be drinking your tea. Matter of fact, Jennifer and I both have a glass of tea right here that we've been sipping on. But even as you drink your tea, it's important to add water into what you're drinking. And
lack of water. Yeah. You're right, Lady Robin.
Absolutely. It's so important because you can have a great diet and you can be taking all these products and still not see the success that you want because you're not drinking enough water. But one rule of thumb we've heard is that you should have half of your body weight in in ounces of water a day. So for me, that is, I'm actually drinking more than half my body weight in ounces when I have a full gallon of water, which is 128 ounces. So for those of you who say, I'm not there yet, I understand. Do your best to drink half of that, which is 64 ounces. You'll find that you start to feel better. Your body will start to function better because you're giving it what it needs, and that's proper hydration and the ability to flush the toxins out naturally. All right, what is Miss Victoria saying? Absolutely.
You see, it isn't going down.
Pre-fill the bottle.
Your gallon, yeah.
You're right. I have it. I should have brought it, but I have my little gallon that I take to work with me every day, and people laugh at me at work. I actually was encouraged to do it. One of my coworkers does it, and I was like, man, let me do it. And ever since I've been feeling 10 times better. So that's the first thing, is water. The second part of your menu that is extremely important is
more questions.
I'm sorry.
They have bad skin and you don't. For making fun of you.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Joke's on them. So the next thing, though, we want to talk about is lean meats, veggies, and fruits. These are extremely important because so much of what we eat today, if we're not eating properly, is full of empty calories, which means there's no nutrition in the food that we're eating. So therefore, we continually stay hungry and we continually consume because our body is still it still has hunger and thirst for proper nutrition. So you want to make sure that you are having the proper food. And so great foods for you to eat are lean meats, veggies, and fruits. You can have beef or pork, but you want to watch the fat content. One of the things, and we'll get into this as well in our next point, but one of the things that you have to be careful of as you eat and you're watching your calories is the fat content. So lean meats, as far as when I say meats, I'm not just talking about like beef, but you can have pork. You can have obviously chicken, fish, beef. For Jennifer and I both, we do really well eating beef, like steak. We were just at the store today and we got some steak to cook. But when we have the proper amount of protein, we both lose weight well. So let me get back into this though. Lean meats. So like we said, we do ground turkey. We do turkey breast. We do chicken breast. We've gotten into fish. Y'all, that's how you know that Jesus is Lord and that he transforms, because your boy is eating a whole bunch of fish and vegetables that I've never eaten before. I've been a meat and potatoes kind of guy, and I had a meat and potatoes kind of belly. So I just want, just be encouraged. If you feel like your palate is limited, trust me. Anybody that knows me knows that Eric don't eat salmon. Eric don't eat tomatoes and peppers and stuff. But guess what? I am eating, Edwidge knows, but Eric has been eating fish. I've been eating tomatoes. Like, if my mama saw this, she would be like, shut the front door.
Lean meat's juicy. They're often dry for me. I guess I can.
I'll let her talk to you about that.
Usually I do most of the food prep, and I guess we'll kind of jump into that now. So I cook a lot of our food on Sundays. So Sundays I prepare at least 3 different meals on Sunday for the week. Usually a chicken. I do ground turkey patties all the time, because if we need extra protein, I measure those out and I'll just keep them in a container. What I do a lot of is I will prep them and then I'll put them in a Ziploc bag with seasonings so they have the opportunity. How do you work this plan with kids? This is good.
Yeah, that's a
we'll
great
talk
question.
about that in just a second. And what we do then is I'll put the meats in the sealed bag and I'll put seasoning in them so they get really seasoned and saturated. And then honestly, I just cook them slow. So what I'll do is I may not cook everything on Sunday, but I may prep it so that it's easy to cook. So Monday when I come in from work, I already have my chicken breast in the refrigerator. It's already been marinating. I just pull it out, and actually I broil a lot. And when you put it in the broiler on low, it may only take 15 minutes, but they're really fantastic.
One other thing that we do when you talk about keeping them juicy is when you're making them to eat later on in the week, undercook them a little bit so that when you heat them up, they're going to be the right temperature. Because a lot of times we'll cook them properly, like we're going to eat them right away, but when you heat them up in the microwave, then you overcook them and then they become dry and tough and all that stuff. So you want to make sure that if you know you're going to be eating these throughout the week, undercook them a little bit so that when you heat them up, they'll be at the proper temperature. As far as spices that we recommend, we use a lot of just salt and pepper, sea salt.
What's that, Tony Chachery? I don't even know what the name of it. Hold on a second. I'll have to look y'all.
She's gonna go grab it out of the cabinet. Okay, Lady Robin, I'm trying to read your question. I crave those more Brussels sprouts. How do I measure? I didn't get to see all of your question, Lady Robin. Will you ask that again, please?
Sea salt is awesome. Here's one, guys.
Yeah.
So you see this? Is it Tony Chachery's Creole seasoning? Chacheres?
Whatever, however you pronounce it.
And then somebody got me this. Slap your mama. Slap your mama. We like stuff spicy. How do you measure your meat portions? Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
We use a food scale.
Boom.
And one of the best ways to tell what portion you should have is just to read the package, because all of the nutritional ingredients and the nutritional facts are based off of a serving size. So you have to understand what the serving size is. So you can see some chicken that tastes great. I mean, that is low calorie and you like, and it says, okay, it's going to be 165 calories per serving, but that's so many ounces. So that can be 4 ounces. So you need to get a food scale. We picked this up. Where'd you get that, babe?
The dollar store. Oh, no, at like the dollar store is
we
what
got
it
that
was.
at the dollar store. It was like $2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it like $5?
No, it was like $2. What's the store right over there?
Dollar Tree?
No, the orange one over on the Big Lots.
Big Lots. Got it at Big Lots for like $2. And you can see these are all ounces. So what you can do is you can put your meat in here and calculate the ounces. And then that will help you to know. It's no joke. It takes some preparation, it takes some time, but once you work this, Victoria, into your daily routine, it becomes like second nature. Mm-hmm. And you're like, because even now, Jennifer gives me food.
You use it to hold your spice basket.
That is hilarious. Yeah, you do it, but as you do it more, Victoria, you find it becomes part of your routine. Now Jennifer will give me a piece of chicken. I'll be like, babe, how much does this weigh? Because then I'll be able to properly calculate how many calories it is. Because something could be great, and I'm so excited, but it's 6 ounces instead of 4. And if you're counting your calories, which we'll just go ahead and move into our next point, which is measuring. So the first point was you have to change your mindset. When you talk about changing your eating habits and transforming your life, then you have to change your menu, and then you need to start measuring. Measuring by calculating your calories, really taking account of what you're putting into your body, and then also on the scale, weigh yourself, take your inches, measure your body fat so that you can have, that's a great question, H-Speed. Hold on just a second. She asked, do you measure pre-cooked or cooked? That is a debate we have around here.
So I love this. You know what? You can actually measure both ways. We use MyFitnessPal as an app, and that's what we're talking about in measuring, as well as using your scale. But using that application, that app is free. It's a download, and you'll see that it'll give you options like if you put in chicken breast, it will give you servings, cooked or uncooked. So let's say you're at a restaurant, right? Well, that's cooked. I now, after measuring, literally, you guys, just for a couple weeks, I can spot a piece of chicken and be like, oh, that's 6 ounces. Yep. I'm like, oh, no, that's 4. I'll be like, uh-oh, babe, that's really big. That's almost 10 ounces of chicken. Yeah. You should cut it in half and eat it. But you can do cooked or uncooked. Just make sure when you're calculating it in your app on MyFitnessPal that you just choose the right indicator.
Yeah.
And you guys would be so surprised. You start to do this after a while, and it becomes second nature. You recognize what those measurements are without having to do the work of measuring all the time. But I still, when I'm doing my Sunday prep, I do. I measure out a couple things. I measure out ground turkey for burgers, right, throughout the week. I measure out ground turkey breakfast sausage because we do that as well. I have three kids. We got 3 kids. But I do measure that out as well too. And then what else do we measure? My chicken, I measure out our chicken because we'll usually do chicken. We'll do turkey burgers. We'll do turkey sausage. We may do steak this week. And then we usually eat out probably at least 1 time a week, and we do leftovers 1 to 2 times as well too.
So I've seen this question twice, and we'll address it now. Is how do you work? Victoria asked, is it okay to prep fish?
I wouldn't prep fish, honestly. Fish cooks so fast. The only thing that I would prep is maybe you could measure it out, marinate it, put your seasonings in the morning before you go to work, put it in a bag so it's just that day, and then when you come home at night, you can cook it really quickly. That cooks so fast. Honestly, it's like 2 minutes to prep in the morning and then 10 minutes max to cook at the end of the day. So I would leave fish for same day. Now, children.
All right, so let's talk about how you work this plan with your kids. This can be a little tricky, and it's a little trial and error that we found. So what we do is the first thing we did is we removed all of the super sugary snacks, all of the chips. We took those out of our house, and we replaced them with healthy alternatives. Now, for those of you that have older kids, that may be more of a challenge because they are more used to all of the snacks that they have grown up with. But we have been able, like I said, through just trying different stuff, we have found a lot of great alternatives that deal with, there you go, they have a natural high. Yeah, you got to cut the sugar out because these things form dependencies because they are not nutritionally sound. And our kids start to get addicted to them. So that's what I'm talking about. We're getting texts in the middle of this, folks asking for product. See, we're going to keep going with this. Anyway, so, all right, so working this with kids. So the best place we found to start is with the snacks because that's a big part of what kids consume. So we found one of the big things that we eat around our house is popcorn. We all love popcorn. And one that we really love is this Boom Chicka Pop.
Boom Chicka Pop. I had to sing on that one. I love it.
This bag is humongous. It is a 9-ounce bag, but it's humongous, and it for one serving, what is it? Okay, so the serving size with this huge bag, we get this. Where do we get this, baby? At
Woodman's is a grocery store here, but I've seen
they have it at Jewel. Yeah, wherever. Just look wherever you are. I know we don't always have the same. Yes.
Oh,
BJ's,
somebody said BJ's has it. Okay,
absolutely.
Cool.
So one serving size, y'all, from this big old bag is 4 cups of popcorn, and one serving size is 140 calories. Look at that.
I'm going to show them this. I want you guys to see this label so you see that we're what we look at, right? Do you see this calories right here? 140. Serving size is up here is 4 cups. That's a lot of popcorn.
That's a lot of popcorn. And most of us do not, they wanted to see the front again. Oh. And they have it in different flavors. This is the sea salt kind. This is the sea salt. I think they have like a white cheddar and even like a kettle corn.
Stick with the plain though.
But stick with that's what we do. You can get what you want. But the best serving size and calorie count is we found is the sea salt. But that is huge. So we've even so we found most of the time we don't have 4 cups of popcorn at a sitting. Usually it's about 1.5 cups to 2 cups. So you're getting a great snack. Actually, no. Popcorn is not an unhealthy snack. What's unhealthy is all the butter that we put on it. When you don't have butter on it and you put sea salt, it's a very healthy snack.
This one's non-GMO, whole grain, gluten-free. Yeah.
So you have to watch it though with your carb intake, but other than that, it's a great snack. And when you have a couple when you have a couple cups, it is very filling when you're looking for a good snack. Something else that we found are these Harvest Snaps. These are Snap Pea Crisp. So this one took a couple minutes for me to get into. Jennifer, she likes stuff.
It's
I know,
yummy.
butter on the pot. And see what you can do, though. You can have butter on your popcorn, but do it in moderation. Go to the movies and have butter on your popcorn. But when you have popcorn at home, do the kind that doesn't have the butter. Just be smart about it. Because trust me, guess what? This weekend we went out as a family, and I had a big fat hamburger and some sweet potato fries. And guess what? It was delicious. And I don't feel bad about having it, but I just can't have it all weekend every day, or the 50 pounds that I lost are going to start inching back on. And so, don't get discouraged because, you're see, Victoria, you like burgers too. That's what I'm saying. But, you don't get discouraged because you think that your world's going to end or it's going to be hard for you to change. I know most of you all, we don't know each other personally. A few of you we do. But if you know, oh my gosh, Victoria, I just want to throw this bag at the phone. You need to have some sweet potato fries, sister. They are delicious. And my wife over here, I call her a sweet potato fry head because
That's
if
my,
they
like,
were,
one cheat.
she's like, I gotta have some sweet potato fries. Do they have sweet potato fries?
Okay, I'm gonna need to take him off of Periscope. Shut it down. So let me share this. We talked about snacks. Okay, we had some packaged snacks. That's about all that we've got in terms of packaged food. This is a Pink Lady apple. Yum. So Pink Lady apples, we love those. Kids food, honestly, I usually do fix sometimes two different things. The kids don't always love what
awesome,
we eat.
Lady Robin.
The hubby loved them.
Yep.
So, like, for instance, when we do grilled chicken, Eric and I will do grilled chicken with broccoli. Our daughter loves broccoli. The boys, no way. But you know what? Their chicken breast, I actually will cut it up and make it into chicken breast pieces, and they'll dip it in ketchup, and I just call them grilled chicken nuggets. I mean, they eat it. So they'll do that with us. Sometimes when I do ground turkey, so I'll prepare half of the ground turkey and patties for us to have as burgers. I'll do the other just as ground turkey meat, and I'll add it to spaghetti, and I'll make spaghetti for them. And then we don't usually eat the spaghetti. We'll just do the turkey patties ourselves with vegetables. What else do we do for the kids?
Did you see that question?
Oh, I missed it.
What about children? What about for children that don't eat meat?
Kids who don't eat meat.
Ooh. Now, we don't have that issue here, so please forgive us if we don't have... Here, let's back this up a little bit so we can get both of those in there.
Oh.
We got to move the field. Because our kids take... Our kids take after us, and they love meat. So, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of solutions just because we haven't had to yet. But what I would recommend is just doing some research. I got you. Yeah. Absolutely, I understand.
You know what? I suggest Trader Joe's. Do you all have a Trader Joe's or maybe a Whole Food? They have so many amazing vegan options. I would honestly go there and ask one of the seasoned employees. So maybe a manager. Lots of them who work there will be non-meat eaters and will have, lots of veggie options. But we do oftentimes, our kids are 7, 4, and 3. So they still love chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese, corn dogs, peanut butter and jelly, grilled cheese. That's kind of as good as it gets sometimes with them. And those are all quick fixes. So I'll have ours prepared, and then I'll just do real quick whatever they need so that they'll eat dinner. But they do eat some of the healthy stuff with us. We do make an effort to ask them to try what mommy and daddy eat.
Absolutely.
And we definitely give them big kudos when they do that. So no buns, no wheat, no whole bread. Man, we stay away from carbs. We just do.
We try. And you're talking to two bread lovers.
Never.
But we do.
I'll say this. Oh, go ahead. In our weight loss phase, no. But when we're getting into maintenance and stuff, yes. So.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of healthy options out there, relatively speaking. You still, even with the heavy stuff, you have to watch the ingredients. But we will do the white wheat, the white bread that has whole grains in it. if we really don't do a whole lot of bread around here. Those were one of the things we had to remove, and because we all love it, we both love it so much, and I grew up having bread with every meal. Ezekiel bread, from what I understand, is very good. Yeah, it's an acquired taste, but I know that it is very very healthy for you. That heavy grain bread that's really really good for you.
You end up eating processed food, which is not good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe give them some examples of what we eat that doesn't have bread, because some of them are having a hard time thinking of having no bread.
Well, but she's talking about bread and no meat. So so like that's where the getting absolutely the mushrooms, getting the vegetables that have some protein, doing the lettuce with your burger, or you're not doing meat, but if you don't want to do buns, you can do lettuce. If you don't like mushrooms, like I don't really care for mushrooms. What are some? We'll have to look into that. That's a great question. Cauliflower. We've done that. We've tried the cauliflower mashed potatoes. The kids didn't really, even though they claim the kids won't even notice, our kids did. So
they were having it.
Yeah.
There's tons of veggie pastas that are out there, veggie-based pastas as well. Again, I would head back out to Trader Joe's as well. I'm starving on resolution, and I needed this information. Oh gosh, on resolution. The great part about resolution is starting to investigate different foods. One of my favorite meals is zucchini, onion, and salsa. And I will take half a zucchini and I'll cut it up, dice it, and I'll actually just pan sear it so it gets warm. It gets a little bit cooked down. I'll throw in some onion to flavor it, and then I'll dump in salsa that has no added sugar. You can do, literally, you guys, a full bowl of this, and it's like 75 calories. It's nothing. Yeah. So those are easy ways to fill in. You could do the veggie-based pastas on resolution as well. That's a good point to kind of get into some of the products. I wanted to be able to show you guys. For those of you who are in Total Life Changes, and maybe those that aren't, there are some products that we use that really help. If you're on resolution right now, which is this set of drops right here, you may be a little bit hungry, and so you're going to want to have some other things to help with. Tech Chewy is spirulina powder. This is phenomenal. This actually contains a good amount of protein. It's going to help you feel full as well. So definitely think about adding this as well. I'm starting my new eating habits. Yay, good. Another one that we take on a regular basis is NRG. This is natural raw energy, but it does also have an appetite suppressant in it as well. It's going to help improve your energy. This is going to definitely help with what you're doing with resolution. I'll say right now, if you're doing resolution and you're one of our clients watching this video and you're only doing 10 drops 3 times a day, that's 10 drops under your tongue, you may need to up it to 15. So feel free, test out upping it to 15 drops 3 times a day to help make sure that your hunger is curbed as well. And that should make a difference. NutriBurst, love it. That's on our list every single day. Everybody in our household.
Us and all of our kids. We line up the little medicine cups that you get with kids' medicine, and we have shots for the whole family, and everybody takes them.
The last 2 things, we already mentioned our tea, but we do Delgada, which is our coffee. How do we get the kids to take it?
We did, honestly, who's that? Victoria. Honestly, we just got them to taste it. That is because we have a 3-year-old, and you can add it to orange juice. But you know what helped us? Because he had to get the flavor. We got a straw. He thought drinking it out of a little shot glass with a straw was the coolest thing ever. And it really only took about a week. He wouldn't take it like the first time. Then we got him to taste it, and he was like, I don't know. And then once he got that straw and he could suck it right up, I promise you, he start every day now. And now he doesn't even need a straw.
He just drinks
it right down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they love being healthy. They love knowing, because they see how mom and dad have started feeling healthy and feeling better. And now that they can take something and know they're taking their vitamins, they're excited about that.
And we make it a lot of fun too. I think there's another video we put on YouTube from Periscope, taking our shots together. So, we line up the little medicine cups.
Thank you, Victoria.
We line up the 5 medicine cups, that they give you at the pharmacy when the kids have amoxicillin or something. And then I'll put the teaspoon in everybody, and literally we'll all stand at the counter in the morning. I'll say, everybody, come get your NutriBurst shot. Come get your NutriBurst shot. And we all end up grabbing our little shot just like this out of the little bitty cup. And we all 1, 2, 3, boom. And everybody takes it. And we do. We make it a lot of fun.
Our little stack right here.
Our little stack of cups. We make it fun for the kids, and that makes a huge difference. The last and final product I'll talk about is chaga. Chaga is an ancient mushroom. It's an amazing thing. Asian culture, they've been consuming chaga for years, but it's phenomenal for your general health and wellness. It also helps with detox. So for our customers, our clients who don't necessarily like to do tea or can't because of their travel schedule for work, we suggest chaga as well. What is the shot for pain? It's chaga. So people will open up the capsule, put it in hot water. We just had Jay Deans online. Hey, Jay. And her mother did chaga just yesterday night. We did a party with her, and she was feeling like she was coming down with something, her throat, and she did. She took 1 chaga capsule, and you guys, within 30 minutes, she started to feel the congestion breaking up, and she was starting to feel better. See, Jay's on here now saying yes.
Hey, Jay, I just saw your question too. She asked one more time the difference between chaga and gano. They're 2 different mushrooms. Mm-hmm. Gano is Ganoderma. Chaga is chaga.
That's what
So I'll let you get into...
a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So chaga we talk about for overall wellness. We talk about health and longevity. We talk about detox. Ganoderma has a whole nother list of benefits. They cross a little bit, but Ganoderma has a lot with revitalizing your body at the cellular level. So people who are very sick right now, who may have issues with cancer, they're fighting any type of disease or any serious illness, we really suggest Ganoderma as a method to kind of encapsulate those really bad cells to help rejuvenate those healthy cells. And then the chaga takes that bad stuff and gets it out of your system. So they're a great 1-2 punch. The president of our company, Armand Puyol, who had stage 3 cancer, took mega doses of Ganoderma and chaga, and it allowed him to beat cancer. Now, we have to say we can't make any medical claims that our products can cure or heal any disease, but the testimonies are the testimonies. And that man never had 1 bit of chemotherapy. He had not 1 bit of radiation, and went from stage 3 cancer to being a healthy individual now. Lost almost, I think, 200 pounds at this point. And so it's phenomenal what he's seeing. But that's an awesome, awesome thing, those products. So I know you guys, it looks like, had some questions that kind of came up. We wanted to make sure that today, we'll have another session again. But we wanted to be sure we shared with you guys getting your mindset right and having your mind right for transformation, getting your menu right, making sure that you are getting in a good eating program. You've got healthy snacks. We definitely do protein and veggies and fruits, low or no carb. We take Resolution. That's what helped us to lose the majority of our weight, to get us to over 100-pound weight loss. And then, of course, the products that you saw, using the MyFitnessPal is huge. Making sure that you're beginning to measure so you understand portion control and the kind of calories that you should be consuming. The last and final thing that I want to share with you guys that we found in our journey, it is not one size fits all, okay? Would cheese and watermelon be a good snack? I stay away from dairy, and that's what I was just going to share with you guys. Every body is different, and I mean body, your physical body, right? So as I began to weigh daily, we want you to weigh daily. Don't look at the scale like it's bad or good. Look at the scale to be telling you what works best for your body, right? So days that I had high sugar fruits, I found it hard to lose weight. So I had to get rid of those kind of things. So I don't eat bananas anymore. I don't eat oranges anymore. I stick to berries. So strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, watermelon, because it's got high water content and it's summer right now. So I really enjoy that a lot. But no bananas at all. I personally stay away from dairy. I don't even do almond milk, to be quite honest. I don't do any yogurts. Anytime I ate those things, I felt like I wasn't seeing the weight loss that I wanted to, and therefore I knew in maintenance it may not be a good thing for me. So I do stay away from dairy. Now I'll tell you, one thing that I do try is vegan cheeses. So if you go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, there's a brand called Veggie O, the letter O. These are actually vegan-based cheeses. Who are like the superheroes. Oh, you're too sweet. But I'll tell you, the Veggie O cheese is an alternative for me. So the nights when the kids do tacos and I'll do like a taco salad, I will treat myself when I'm not on resolution to chips with a little bit of that Veggie O cheese. So that may be something to try. Otherwise, I just stay away from dairy and I find other things that I love. Can you taste the difference? I don't think it's as heavy, and I like that though, because after I eat dairy, I just don't feel, I feel sluggish. I'll actually start to get puffy, you guys, when I eat dairy. Eric can eat dairy, but now he's just learned to kind of stay away from it. He will do almond milk sometimes, but we do just kind of learned those are the things, the choices that we just kind of let go of. I'm not at my ideal weight. I actually have another 25 pounds before the BMI scale says that I'm out of being obese, but I am mildly is what they consider it right now. So I've lost just over 50 pounds. Got about 25 more. I'm in a size 12, but I'm very tall for an average woman. I'm, well, not very tall, but I said some people will see me after they see me on Facebook, they're like, oh, you're taller. So I'm 5'9". So I think I hide it pretty well, but I got about another 25 pounds to lose. That's a good question. But be an investigator, you know, start to not look at what's good and bad in terms of your weight, but what's helping me and what's maybe not helping me. Oh, talk about the blood types. Oh, Lord. See, y'all want this to be a long periscope. All right. Well, as long as you're digging it, then we'll keep going. You know, we'll talk about blood types, eating for your blood type. So in some of the research that we've started to do and really finding out what works for us, right? What's good for us to eat. So as Eric mentioned to you, when we eat red meat, lean steak, Eric and I both lose weight. All right. That's not always the case for everybody, but this is why now we enjoy steak at least one time a week is what we try, right? That's the night Eric cooks because he can kill it when it comes to cooking up some meat. So he'll cook steak. We'll do that one time a week. That's great for us. As I mentioned, dairy, not so good for me. High sugar fruits, not so good for me. So what we want you to understand in some of the research we've done, I'll let you talk about that in just a second.
Victoria, she just asked a question real quick.
Oh.
We do not have the same blood type. She is an O positive, and I'm B positive. But we're both positive, though.
Hey, so what we want you to know is there's research out there on foods that are inflammatory. So I want you to Google that, inflammatory foods. What this means is that your body is actually having a bit of an allergic reaction to certain foods. But because it's not an external reaction, it's an internal reaction, we don't know. But how do you know about inflammatory foods? It's when your weight increases, right? There's a phenomenal book I read years ago on this, and honestly, I don't even remember the name of it. But if you Google, I'm sure it'll come up. But it talks about a program where you can begin to eat and test foods and see how it impacts your weight, knowing how that impacts you. And one of the stories I'll share was a woman in this book went to go see a physician, a dietitian who was actually a doctor as well, and was doing this study and found out that one of the inflammatory foods for her was a sweet potato. So this is an individual who had been running, exercising. She eats super on target, but she could not lose weight to save her life. She'd gotten out all white flour, no white potatoes, but she was eating sweet potatoes on a regular basis. And how about they found out that was an inflammatory food for her? And as soon as the doctor removed those sweet potatoes from her diet, this woman started losing weight. So it was amazing what was happening for her. So this is an inflammatory food for her, right? So this is what we mean in kind of investigation. Now, on the other coin of inflammatory foods is food for your blood type. And Eric's going to talk about that because he's had some really neat experience with understanding and learning a little bit more about that.
All right, so I had an opportunity to be a part of an interview of a gentleman by the name of Dr. Joe Cristiano. And he is one of the doctors who has done extensive research and has a program for eating for your blood type. And what he found was there are foods that are optimal for every blood type. Now, whether you're negative or positive doesn't matter. It's the letter, whether you're A, B, AB, or O. There are specific foods and he's not the only one who's done research, but there are multiple people that have. But where you eat for your blood type and you have you can avoid the inflammatory foods. There's foods that are neutral for your blood type. We by no means are experts or even have a great deal of knowledge on this. So I definitely would recommend you to do a search on eating for your blood type. Dr. Cristiano's book is called Blood Types, Body Types, and You. And in there, he breaks down the whole science behind eating for your blood type. And then he also has separate books for each blood type. He has suggested menus. He has all that information. So if that's something that you're in, absolutely. Blood Types, Body Types, and You, Dr. Joe Cristiano. So I recommend it, that if you're interested in that you look it up. It's on Amazon. And he's a man of God. He's a great guy, and they have seen tremendous results. If you're interested in that, we haven't really gotten into that because our focus right now is total life changes. And so we want everything that we do. Thanks, man. Coop, that's my dude, Coop. If you are on here on Periscope and you are not following Changa Cooper, you need to follow him. What's your handle, Coop? It's is it Changa 49? Changa 49. This dude gives healthy cooking tips. He is he's at Changa. He's posted right there. That's my dude, man. If you need some more healthy cooking tips, he's the man you want to follow. He hits you up throughout the day. Not only is this man doing things in business and production, but he is also a stay-at-home dad. He is killing it. Got so much respect for this man. He and Nicole, we love them. That's right. He's a beast in the kitchen. So you want to make sure to follow him. That's my dude. What were we talking about? Blood types. Yeah. So make sure that if you're interested in that you look up that information. This is my disclaimer. Don't go saying that Eric told me about blood types and eating, because I don't know that much about it. So I don't want to lead you wrong, but I want you to go get those resources so that if you're interested, you can go do it. But one of the things that we wanted to, so you talked about all this. Mm-hmm. Sorry, y'all, I had to step away and change a stinky diaper. So I missed some of this.
Good. We're actually, they just started asking more questions about inflammatory foods, but really we're done. We're good.
Okay, cool. So what you'll find is that a lot of this is trial and error. And we just wanted to share what our experience has been to hopefully cut that process down.
Jen is winning.
Yeah, and it was a bad one too. So she won a lot on that one. But we just wanted to try and help accelerate your process and share the wisdom that we have gained over the last, over the last several years, and in this journey with TLC, which has been a little less than a year. So, we'll be doing more of these, especially as as we have new discoveries and new things that we come across. One thing that I do want to tell you about is that will change your life. If you have a sweet tooth like I do, you have to try brownie brittle. If you like chocolate, if you don't like chocolate, then you got to stay away from it. But if you love chocolate, and oh my goodness, one serving is only 120 calories. I wish I had it, but it's so good. Brownie brittle, just like it's peanut brittle, but this is called brownie brittle, and they sell it in the deli section of Walmart, most grocery stores. They have them at Sam's too in a huge bag. But it's so good that we had brownie brittle, that we had to take it out of our house because we were eating it too much. And too much of even good stuff can throw you off track. But if you haven't tried it, you should, because it's a great little treat if you need something sweet. And absolutely.
Team no carbs.
But if you want to stay away from the carbs, if you want to limit the sugar, then don't do that. But I'm trying to throw y'all some little life hacks here. And if y'all need a little sweet, I have to retrain myself, because I'm the type of guy that needs dessert after every meal. And so I had to retrain myself and to work on that. But every now and again, you need some sweets. So when you do, go get you some brownie brittle. I'm telling you, they need to pay me, because it is delicious. And they have them in different flavors. But all things in moderation. Otherwise, you'd be like, man, how did I gain 5 pounds? Because you ate that whole bag of brownie brittle. That's how. You need to, it's pre-made. It's like the little thin crisps. So it's not something that you have to make. It's just in a bag. It's a little snack. They even sell little snack sizes at some convenience stores and gas stations. So absolutely, just like peanut brittle, but it's brownie brittle, and it's really delicious. So
is peanut brittle bad? Stay away.
Stay away from it. Peanut butter is great for protein, but you have to have the right kind. It is. Coop, you're absolutely right. Discipline is the key. You know that you can't eat all this stuff all the time. You just have to have a little bit here, because if you don't, then you're going to have too much. Peanut butter is great, but it's high in calories. So you need to have small portions of it. If you look on the back, babe, would you mind grabbing our peanut butter real quick? Mm-hmm. If you look on the... So what is it like? Or I don't even eat the right. Who asked me that? Jay. I don't even eat the right kind, because you really should have all natural with no added sugar. But we have kids, and our kids don't play that. They don't like the all natural. So we just keep the regular. We keep the regular Jif. I'm a Jif guy. I love Jif, and
I have that kind.
We also have this organic Smuckers. But don't be fooled. If you look at the nutritional value on the back, this organic Smuckers has more calories than the regular Jif. So, you have to just be cognizant of that. And if you look at the fat, this has 16 grams of fat. Well, let me look at the Jif. It has 16 grams of fat. So, from that aspect, it's not any better. You just know that it's organic, and that there's no added, stuff that would make it not organic. But you want to get, if you're really interested in having the best peanut butter, you want to get none that has no added sugar, and then you'll really be, doing right with it. But it is a step in the right direction. But even if you have regular peanut butter, the serving size on here is 2 tablespoons. Some of y'all get that big old spoon and throw it on some bread, and it's way more than 2 tablespoons. But look, 2 tablespoons, y'all know how small a tablespoon is 190 calories. So you have to just be aware of that when you throw some peanut butter, or even if you get a spoonful of peanut butter, be mindful of how much you're eating. Absolutely, on a celery stick. They call them ants on a log, but our kids aren't really into celery yet. So we take a banana, cut it down, put some peanut butter on it, and some raisins. So they're great options out there. You just have to search for them. But watch the peanut butter. They also have almond butter. They have cashew butter.
Butter with sunflower seeds.
Wow, sun butter. They have all kinds of butter. But look at the label. See what's in it. We're calorie counters. I am. Jennifer doesn't do it as much. But I have a budget of calories every day. I do 1,600 calories every day. And so, no cookie butter. Absolutely. But I do 1,600 calories every single day. And so I know that if I want to have some peanut butter and I want 2 tablespoons, that I just took almost 200 calories out of my budget of calories for the day. So you just have to be mindful of that. But anyway, we can talk about this stuff all day, because, whenever you get a revelation on something, you're excited to share it with people. And so we're going to do that more often. We're going to share with you stuff that we're finding and that's benefiting us. And, if you have questions, hit us up And we can look into it, just like maybe some healthy options for people that aren't meat eaters. And maybe we can talk about that the next time.
Mm-hmm. And absolutely, I think too that we'll talk about too that we'll kind of go more into that mindset piece. I think that was kind of important for us, and really honestly praying, asking God for wisdom on how to eat, how to prioritize our lives to make our health more important than we ever have before. And we are seeing such fruit from it. So we're excited about that.
One last thing about mindset before we get off. You said that, and I'm going to share this, and then I won't say nothing else. Once again, anybody that knows me knows I don't usually have a whole lot to say unless it's something I'm excited about. And I truly got a revelation on this. I'm still working my way through it. But mindset is so crucial. You're absolutely right, Coop. That's how you win. But before we got really started to see the results that we wanted, I prayed and I asked God, I was like, Lord, how can I get this weight off? How can I improve my life? And he told me, you have to repent. And I took a deep breath. I was like, whoa, repent? Repent is such a heavy word, for most of us that have grown up in church or been to church at all. People throw the word repent around like they want to smack you with it. But when you think about what repent really means, it means to change your mind. God told me, he's like, dude, you have to change your mind about how you see food, how you use food, how you want your life to be. And so that's what I encourage you to do. Repent. That's right. I said it. Repent. Change your mind. Absolutely commit to what the change you want to see in your life, and it'll happen. And guess what? Because it's happened for us. We have, Coop, man, I feel you, bro, 180 degrees. We have turned around the way we eat, the way we think about it, and it's made all the difference. And we've seen so much transformation. We'll get into this later, though. We've seen so much transformation in our lives and in our marriage, with our kids. Our kids are so happy to see us healthier. Mm-hmm. So you just have to change your mind. We'll get into the rest of this, another time. But
Part 2.
Yeah.
We're going to come back with part 2, and that's where we're going to start next time. But if you're in this broadcast, if you are not a part with us in Total Life Changes, not a part of our team, we want to invite you to join us in this journey. We are absolutely making a total life change ourselves, radically changing our health, radically changing our wealth, and we want you to be a part of the journey. Jennifer Enders, Eric Enders here. You can follow us on Facebook, Eric Enders on Periscope and Twitter. I am Jen Enders on Twitter and Jennifer Enders here on Periscope. Keep up with us.
I know, Victoria. She trying to. You see Edwidge? She was like, next Sunday, same time? Question mark. She's trying to set our program schedule.
Set a program schedule. We'll let you know. Keep following us. That's how you'll know. If you want more information, follow us on Facebook. Check out our site at shopdetoxnow.com. Again, shopdetoxnow.com. We love you guys. We are believing God for the absolute best in your life and here to partner and lock arms so that you can experience your total life change.
Absolutely. We love y'all. G, we saw you, man. We're wrapping up now, so we'll talk to you later, though. Thanks for joining, bro.
Watch the replay. Bye.